Here's the team list for Team Wellington today. Two changes. Moretti and Zambrano are back to the bench. Shrivers and Harris is a welcome addition, wearing 18 to start today's fixture. He started from the bench last week due to a slight niggle. An attacking team with Harrison Jackson up front, with Joel Stevens providing excellent support. Bevan and Barcia like to get forward. Good, strong defensive lineup for Team Wellington. Now, just the one change for Auckland City. It's the same starting 11 as leg one last week. Just one change to the bench. Marko Dordovic, wearing 23, is in for Harry Edge. Other than that, it's exactly the same lineup for Auckland City, with Tade, Moriera and Lewis up front. Howison, Bilen and Riera at the midfield. And that back four, which has been proved so effective for Auckland City, including the captain, Uncle Balanga. The referee is Norbert Fluati of Tahiti. And he's to be assisted by officials from Tahiti, New Caledonia. The fourth referee is Kader Zutuni of Tahiti as well. So here we go, folks. The weather is excellent. The wind is very slight, no rain at all. Really ideal conditions for this match today, with a temperature of 16 degrees. So Auckland City in the white and Team Wellington in the black. Good afternoon to you if you've just joined us. Glenn Lamba with the commentary today. Looking forward to seeing how this unfolds today, with Team Wellington trailing 0-3, so they really do need to have an attacking mindset in this game. But interesting to see how Auckland City marshal their way through the early stages of this game. We'll get a good sense of how they'll strategically play this today, having such a strong lead heading into this second leg. Tade finds Moriera right away. Auckland City onto the attack, and Team Wellington looking to defend effectively. An early free kick given there to Team Wellington. Yes, so goal scorers last week, Moriera 2, and De Vries, who again starts from the bench in this game. Interesting decision there by coach Ramon Trevulic. And Ben Harris will be a key figure for Team Wellington in this game. He scored all 3 goals this season that Team Wellington have scored against Auckland City. He really is a very key figure for Team Wellington. So keep your eye on him, number 18, Ben Harris. This is the 5th time these two teams have met this season. Met 3 times in the New Zealand Premiership, with Auckland City winning the 2 regular season fixtures, but losing the final to Team Wellington. 2-1. That was about a month ago at North Harbour Stadium. But Auckland City reasserting their dominance last weekend with that 3-0 win. Kim tried to flick it on there for Auckland City. Here's a chance for Team Wellington to push forward, and it's going to be Villa. He's going to take this free kick. Leo Villa, one of several Team Wellington players to have played in all 6 Champions League fixtures for his side. Robertson, but he's offside, is he? And it's going to be Auckland City ball. There's Zubikarai here, the Spanish goalkeeper's had an excellent season in his debut for Auckland City this season. 19 games through the New Zealand Premiership, and 7th now. One of just 3 players in this Auckland City team to have played all of the Oceania Champions League fixtures this season. The other 2, Beelan and Berlanga. Tade and Barcia getting tied up there. 2 Argentinian players. And that foul is a rather physical one. So Ben Harris is the player there, just getting warned. He's a very physical player. Ooh, probably not A bit lucky not to be carded there, Ben Harris. He leaves it all out on the field, does Ben Harris. He's a fierce competitor at his second season at Team Wellington. Team Wellington have one possession. So Auckland City a chance to attack here. Tade was flicking it on. He gets a ball back there. Keeps it in the field of play nicely there, but Team Wellington through Shrivers will clear it. It's a slow start to this match. Will Robertson, the captain, in possession now for Team Wellington. This is Margetts. It's nice play from Team Wellington. Bit of space on the left now. He can move forward here through Joel Stevens. He likes to go from long range to Stevens. Garcia. This is Margetts again. Well cleared by Berlanga. Closer to the centre today, Iwata, the Japanese player, out on the left, and that offensive line today for Auckland City. Not as used this season as much as previous seasons, Takuya Iwata. By Trevilic, long throw in here, a chance for Team Wellington. Going to fall for Stevens again, plays it in for Robertson. Robertson, well, a slightly awkward situation there for Zubakarai, but in the end, the pressure will remain on Auckland City here, as it's been ruled to go over the byline. So it's going to be a corner, the first of the match. So Leo Veer with this corner now for Team Wellington. Up they go, and it's been saved by Zubakarai, an excellent save. It was Robertson who was climbing high inside the 6-yard box. So Team Wellington, love an early goal here. Away it goes, going to fall for Bevan. And it's going to be cleared away by Auckland City. Morieta now on the ball. Well, Auckland City do survive. And Team Wellington will be happy with that early pressure that they managed to create. Justin Gully back there, and for Team Wellington as Via plays it across the field again. Time defended nicely by Mario Beelan. If there's one thing that Auckland City will try to do, again, they'll try to dominate possession like they tend to do, but they've not been able to do so far in the first 7 minutes. But Auckland City changing up their tactics, according to Jose Figueira, the coach of Team Wellington, in that first game last week, playing a bit more direct. Surprising Team Wellington a little bit as Robertson plays it forward. Tom Jackson, he'd dearly love to score against Auckland City. Flicked on nicely, and there's controlled beautifully by Tade, almost squeezed through there to Lewis. Another free kick given against Harris there. Darren White and Harris disputing possession there. White, a versatile player, of course, has played up front as well for Auckland City at times, but much a lock in the season, and right defensive unit that Auckland City's proved so efficient at applying this season. Robertson again. They really do have to throw caution to the wind in this game, Team Wellington. Trailing 3-0, remember. And that's Belin, who wins the ball for Auckland City. White plays it forward. And then again, Riera. And Berlanga flicks it over now to Takuya Iwata. This is more the style and strategy from Auckland City that we've seen them used to playing over the last few years. So no real meaningful chances in this first 10 minutes, other than that effort from Bill Robertson from that corner that Team Wellington had early. There was the save off the line. It really was an excellent effort from Bill Robertson, and good save from Zubakarai. Then out to Iwata. Yes, Auckland City aiming for their 7th consecutive Oceania Champions League title, and of course the big carrot at the end of this game today is representation of the Confederation at the FIFA Club World Cup later on in the year, and this year's edition in the Middle East. Howison just sneaked through him, the former Team Wellington player, of course. He started the season at Team Wellington before transferring to Auckland City in the January transfer window. So a unique position there for Cameron Howison. 9 games for Team Wellington this year. The former All Whites player, of course. This is Villa, who switched over to the left. Again, they'll close the space effectively, Auckland City. And now Robertson. Good, yeah. This is Justin Gully. Team Wellington just happy to be patient for the meantime. It's Harris, but he's been dispossessed by Riera. Well, one at the back there by Taylor Shrivers for Team Wellington. The tall young defender, just 20 years of age. It's gone against Team Wellington. Clayton Lewis, who's the most internationally experienced player now in this game today. He's notched up 8 games now for the All Whites. Berlin plays it out to Ainko Belanga. Iwata back to Howison. He likes to put the foot down. It's a good ball, but Iwata unable to control that one, and Gully has it. In fact, it's Garcia. See, they again not holding possession for too long at the moment, Team Wellington. And that plays right into Auckland City's hands. Daewook Kim plays it out to White. Lewis now has the option to turn here, but it's been partially blocked. I think Shriver's got on the road of that one. Just see Auckland City just starting to work into this game nicely now. Good period in possession. Well, White's unable to keep that one in, and that's been Team Wellington ball. Yes, a very good win for Team Wellington against Auckland City in the final of the New Zealand Premiership about a month ago, 2-1 on the day there. Harris getting both the goals and Tade scoring for Auckland City. Interesting that Ryan DeVries is named on the subs bench for the second straight game here. Now, that's come off one of the Team Wellington players there. I think that was Margetts, who just got his ankle to it. So Auckland City will have field position here. Iwata here with the throw-in. Howison tries to just nudge it over to Tade, but in good position with Shrivers. Moriera. Play on is the call, Moriera. Oh, that's nice defending. Still not cleared away by Team Wellington just yet, and Tade's made a nuisance of himself. Howison. Well, it's been ricocheted out, and in fact, it hasn't touched a Wellington player, so it's going to be a goal kick. Team Wellington just struggling to get an effective clearance there, and Auckland City only need half a chance, and they will create havoc. Jackson now for Team Wellington. There's a player open. Oh, it was Bevan. Just had to check behind him. Bevan still has the opportunity here. Well, it was like Clayton Lewis had a black top on there. It was straight to him. It was good hustling, though, by Stevens to win the ball back, the former All Whites player. Stevens plays it forward now. Barcia gives it back to Margetts. A good competitive start in these first 15 minutes. Of course, with the two-leg system in operation for this year's grand final, with the Auckland City leading 3-0, really is a, not a dilemma, but a double challenge in a lot of ways for Team Wellington. They need 4 goals. But if they can, so they need to push forward and press as much as they possibly can, stay attacking focus, because they've got no really other choice. But, of course, if they concede a goal, then they'll need 5 goals to win, because Auckland City will have the away goal. Stevens now. Stevens is going to have a crack, but there's plenty of white jerseys back there. Always a high likelihood of a player getting in the road. Now Iwata on the break down the left. Got plenty of pace, the Japanese veteran. Tade. Customary cut back in field for Tade. And yes, referee just playing just a slight advantage there to see if there was any materialising for Auckland City, but they're going to go back for that free kick, and just see there a contact from Margetts. Initial contact was the interesting part of that play for the referee. So it's going to be a dead ball situation, a reasonable 1-2 here for Auckland City. Clayton Lewis and Emiliano Tade here trying to figure out what best to do here. It's Jackson, Gully and Harrison, the wall there, 3-man wall there for Team Wellington. So Tade with this free kick. Oh, he's going for goal. It's off the post. So close for a 1-0 lead there for Tade. Whoa, calls for a penalty from Auckland City there. But referee waves play on. And there's Harrison there again. Very aggressive for Team Wellington. Tade. This is how close he was to opening the scoring. Not the most cleanly struck free kick, you'd have to say, but it still proved very effective. And it beat the Wellington keeper Basile at the near post. Well, Team Wellington survived for the meantime. Basile's goal kick there has gone straight out. Once again, Harris. He's in the thick of everything. You see referee Norbert Hawata from Tahiti. Having what is at least second conversation there with Ben Harris. Again, Team Wellington's physical play is judged too physical by referee Hawata. Moriera this time. And it was Margetts just holding Moriera just for a fraction. Tade it was with the free kick. Now, can Wellington pounce on the breakthrough? Stevens feeds it to Harris. Again, Iwata in just the right position. Now, Albert Riera. It's a good ball forward here for Moriera, but he's offside. Can't have been much in that one. That pass from Clayton Lewis. A good season, Scott Barcelet here, the Team Wellington keeper. Very good season. And there he is. He's not mucking around with his free kick as Team Wellington appeal for a corner. Tom Jackson it was, but going to be ruled a goal kick. So 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. One meaningful chance each for both sides so far. Zubakarai here, very good save from a corner, from a Bill Robertson header. And we had Tade hitting the post from a free kick. Robertson winning the ball in the air, Riera for Auckland City. This one's going to fall for Bevan. Margetts will hook it back now to Robertson and the two centre-backs, Robertson and Shrivers. So it's turned out to be a pretty good day here now in at Miramar. David Farrington Park. Beautifully still conditions. Not too cold, about 16 degrees. It is ideal for this grand final, the last match of the Oceania Champions League for 2017 between the two dominant teams again this season. This is the third time in the last 3 years that these two teams have met in the final. While Team Wellington have enjoyed success over Auckland City in the New Zealand Premiership the last 2 seasons, it's been the other way around as the Confederation Club title goes on the line. Remember, Auckland City going for their 7th straight title. Iwata's got space here. Tade. He goes cutting back in field again. He tried to find Lewis over the far side, but his delivery of the pass that time not what he was hoping for. Gets a second opportunity here, Emiliano Tade. Gully. Now Team Wellington have a chance to build something up here through Margetts. Jackson with the flip pass. Again, it is cut out nicely. Robertson comes forward with authority. Stevens playing it forward now for Team Wellington. Ooh, could have fallen for Jackson. Berlanga hurrying away his clearance. And that was good play from Team Wellington. They stuck at it nicely there. Stevens and Jackson and Harris try to get dominance up front for the team wearing black today. Zubakarai stays on his line. It's Zubakarai caught on again. It's still alive for Team Wellington. Wow. Again, it was cleared away by Auckland City. Near thing there for the visiting team. Wellington playing direct again. There goes the long ball forward once again. Trying to hit those targets up front. Lewis it is now in possession. Howison. Howison again. Iwata continued his run forward. So let's have a look here. It was Robertson again flicking it across. And again, Zubakarai at the near post, that time off Andy Bevan's header it was. Good play from Team Wellington. Will Robertson, when he's getting in that front line, he's causing some problems for the central defender. White it is in possession now, Darren White. Greatest pass to Lewis, put his teammate under a bit of pressure there. Zubakarai again. Referee has finally awarded a free kick there. That looked rather ominous. Referee Hawara's got to sort this out. Iwata is the injured player. The player concerned there was Mario Barcia. Another one of the aggressive players at Team Wellington. And he's been given a yellow card to Mario Barcia. Picked up 9 yellow cards during the New Zealand Premiership this season, Mario Barcia. Rather high number. So Barcia picks up the first yellow card. So Barcia is the player carded, and the Iwata just still getting some attention on the sideline here. Seems to be okay. It was more of a push rather than an attack. Certainly worthy of a yellow card. Howison trying to control it now for Auckland City as play restarts. Howison does well. Very well to deliver that into the centre of the field. Auckland City pretty happy with the way things are unfolding here. Remember, they're defending a 3-0 lead from the first leg at Kiwitea Street last week. Beelan plays it back to Albert Riera. And now Berlanga. It was Kim. Clayton Lewis winning a throw-in for his team. So yes, Team Wellington, well, they've been getting a few chances here, unable to put one in the back of the net. They would dearly love to get on the score sheet before half-time, have any chance, really need at least a couple of goals. 3-2 scoreline looking much better in terms of the two-leg tie. Let's see if they can get cracking here, but at the moment Auckland City's doing enough. Via. This is Gully. Shriver's back to Robertson. Basili played it forward there nicely to Harris. Good skills at his feet. Ben Harris. No free kick given though. So Harris a bit distraught at that call. Garcia wins the ball, Harris, but he can't control it. And now White has plenty of time. Set things going again for Auckland City. He's not mucking around as Lewis drifted out to the right. Well, both teams are struggling to hold possession at for any meaningful period at the moment. It's 50-50 passes like that, just putting the player in possession under pressure. Howison and Robertson getting a bit tied up there. Here's Justin Gully coming forward. Bevan. Skipper Robertson plays it forward. It's a good ball too to Harris. Well, it's Daewoo Kim who's gone down. Well, he got an elbow in the face there to Daewoo Kim from Ben Harris again. I don't think there'll be any doubt that he'll be able to carry on. Daewoo Kim, 6th game out of 7 in the Champions League this season. Still 11 games played through the season, so he hasn't had an overly big workload this season. Daewoo Kim, as Auckland City and their coaching staff rotate lineups through the season. Morieta with the header on. Well, a lot of whistle in the game in this first half. This time Morieta is the player. And I think there's Shrivers down there who have collided. Taylor Shrivers, the 20-year-old. Oh, yes, head clash there. So Shrivers it is, the captain of the Team Wellington youth team in 2015, which won the title. Plays for Lower Hutt City during the winter months in the Central League. He's the player here who's getting the attention. Magic spray and a mouthful of water does the trick most times, doesn't it? Well, a few stoppages in this first half. So we just took over the half-an-hour mark. Joao Morieta there, the Auckland City striker, who's rediscovered his goal-scoring touch, it has to be said, during the Oceania Champions League. His 6th game in this year's edition. He's got 6 goals, including 2 last week. So Team Wellington bang it down the field again. Stevens just, in fact, it was Bevans, just couldn't quite control it. Kim was. Here goes Harris again. And again, he gives away a free kick. He'll argue every time. Ben Harris, he's just one of those players. He's so competitive. Robertson with the clearance again for Team Wellington. Bevan gives Jackson one to chase, but it's right to the feet of Daewoo Kim. Allison. That's good play from Team Wellington. It will be their ball. Pressing nicely in this game there. Just hurrying the ball and the player in possession for Auckland City on each occasion at the moment, which is good work from them. So just over 10 minutes to play until half-time. Robertson here with the best chance for Team Wellington, and Tade, remember, hit the post from a free kick. Physical nature of this game has been the feature of it. Saleh fires it forward again. He tries to find Tom Jackson. Robertson tries to control the ball again. Another foul has been committed by Team Wellington. Moriera is the player down again, and you can see the gestures by Norbert Hawata there, the referee from Tahiti. He's having his skills tested in this game. Here's the incident there, and it was an elbow this time, it looked like, from Taylor Shrivers. Interesting that Bill Robertson there, the captain for Team Wellington, wearing 5, was felt the need to just get in there and have something to say there. Moriera seems to be okay, but he's going to get some more treatment. Anytime we have a look at 2 big chances here for Team Wellington. That was the second one that Zubi Kardai saved off the header there of Andy Bevan, and of course Daewoo Kim doing what every defender does and just get in the road of an attacker. Lewis plays it forward now, and it's going to be a corner for Auckland City. Possession evenly shared so far in this game. Certainly hasn't felt like one team's dominated the other so far in this fixture. Well, Team Wellington will not want to concede a goal here. Tade with the corner. It's it back from Lewis. Oh, it's good play. Tade. Oh, again at the near post. He just misdirected, and it's going to be a goal kick. But what a lovely move there from Lewis and Tade from the corner. Really was great stuff there from those 2 players to create the opportunity for Tade in the end. So Montreulic there, very keen to mark out some instructions. Jose Viguera the same. Team Wellington coach. Tade's managed to get front on again, but he just let that one go too far. And Robertson now to Jackson. Andy Bevan again. Gully here under again a slight bit of pressure, and Team Wellington have to start again from the back. Well, you can see it's Harris again trying to make a nuisance of himself. He's so, as I said, touched on before, he's so competitive. Just doesn't give an inch. Here's Harris again coming in. Well, it was ruled no foul, that one. Going to be a goal kick for Team Wellington. So 7 minutes to go until half-time. Possibly a few minutes of added time now as well, with so many stoppages in this first half. In fact, it is going to be a corner. Well, there is going to be a substitute. And Ryan de Vries is going to check into the game here. And Moriera, it looked like he's, you can just see at the bottom of our shot there, just walking off. He's not happy, Joao Moriera. What a replacement to bring on, though. Ryan de Vries. He doesn't get the start today again. Ryan de Vries, the former Always player, comes on. He's been an excellent goal-scoring form in the O-League as well. 3 games, his 4th game today, and he's already scored 5 goals. Clayton Lewis to take this corner. Cleared away there by Leo Villa. So that injury to Joao Moriera won't disrupt Auckland City too much. Ryan de Vries, Emiliano Tade, Clayton Lewis played a lot of football together now. And they've got Michael Leah Alafa on the bench as well. So plenty of firepower on that subs bench for Auckland City as well. Andy Bevan. Yes, they've got a lot of depth on the bench. Coffee Rogers played 14 games on the bench. He's on the bench for Auckland City. 14 games in the New Zealand Premiership. Tavano as well was strongly featured through the New Zealand Premiership as well. All available to Ramon Trevulic today. Great to see an excellent little crowd here at David Farrington Park, despite circumstances off the second leg. Of course, Auckland City 3-0 up on the first leg last week. But the locals out in good numbers here today. Barcelay again. Who's his target this time? It was Ben Harris. Oh, Harris. Again, risking a card there, lifting his leg up like that. Watch Harris here. Oh, there. Dangerous. If he connected with Tade there, that could have been all over for him in this game.
Wellington making a substitution with number 6.
Oh, got a substitute for Team Wellington now in this first half. Moretti is going to come on, the Argentinian player, and out of the game comes Taylor Shrivers. Remember, we saw him get a knock as well. So that's a defender being substituted for a defender. Moretti will just slot into Shrivers' position in the central part of the Team Wellington defence alongside Robertson, the captain. Oh, that's a nice move from Lewis. Good recovery, though, by Justin Gully, and there's a good effort by Justin Gully in the end. That could have really opened up for Lewis, but Gully responded excellently, the former Phoenix player. Well, closing minutes of the first half now. Marquette's with that throw-in, and Bill Robertson's had a solid game at the back, you'd have to say, and been prominent in Team Wellington's best chances in this game so far. Certainly been a rock for Team Wellington the last couple of years. That's Jackson flicking it on. Oh, Harris pinched the ball. He's still got it, Ben Harris. Oh, Barcia was the player who had the opportunity there to get it on target. But, well, we can debate Ben Harris's aggression off the ball, but on the ball he does have excellent skills. There's no question about that, and he created something from nothing there. White. Well, he's fouled from behind there by Andy Bevan. A lot of free kicks in this first half. You have to say this first half has really lacked fluency. But there's a lot at stake for both of these two teams. Beelan plays it back to Zupakarai. Relanga. Sticked over the 45-minute mark. Here's Tade. Can he keep this in? He can't. 3 minutes of added time in this first half.
There's a minimum of 3 minutes additional time in this half. A minimum of 3 minutes additional.
So that's due to all the injuries and free kicks we've had. No goals, though. Harrison and Jackson really haven't had too many opportunities up front at all so far in this game for Team Wellington, and we know how deadly they are when they get into green pastures. Well, there's so much at stake and a lot being said, a lot of chatter. So Via with the free kick. Far post the target again, and this one's comfortable for Zupakarai. Well, it might be a good bit of fortune there for Team Wellington. They do win the throw-in through Jackson. Via. Well, it's been turned over. Now Tade's a bit of a lone ranger here. What's he going to do here? Tade, surely. Oh, he's done beautifully. Now Lewis. Clayton Lewis tries to find De Vries in the centre, but it's cleared effectively by Team Wellington. Tade had 4 Team Wellington players around there and still was able to hold up the ball and find Lewis. White. And it's going to be a corner for Auckland City. Wow, dying minute now of this first half, and a late opportunity here for Auckland City. Gee, that was good play from Tade. All those black shirts around him and still able to create an opportunity for Lewis. Tade with this corner. Kim it was trying to get a foot in there for Auckland City. Team Wellington survive again. Berlanga. Back out to White. Lewis it is over there. He's double teamed though. Lewis is going to squeeze it out to Tade it is. Oh, you can just see how silky the skills are for Clayton Lewis and Tade when the ball is at their feet. Here's Lewis again. And that is going to be half-time here at David Farrington Park in the second leg of the Oceania Champions League final for 2017. Remember, Auckland City took a 3-0 lead into the start of this match, and they still hold a comfortable advantage. But on the day here at half-time at Dave Farrington Park, it is Team Wellington 0, Auckland City 0. Farrington Park here in Miramar. We're all set for the second half now of the second leg of the Oceania Champions League final for 2017. Team Wellington in the black and Auckland City in the white. tie. It is still 3-0 to Auckland City in this match, 0-0 at half-time. Team Wellington need 3 goals, and they need to keep a clean sheet to send this game into extra time to decide the Oceania Champions League title for 2017. That would certainly be an exciting second half if it was to happen. This champion Auckland City team will have a lot to say about that, of course, as they chase their 7th straight title. Of course, not only the trophy to win at the end of the season, or the end of the game rather, but of course that big carrot, an appearance at the FIFA Club World Cup at the end of the year up in the Middle East. Referee Norbert Hawata of Tahiti, all set to get the second half underway. Second half underway now in this second leg Oceania Champions League final for 2017. Here from a lovely little ground in Miramar in Wellington, home of Miramar Rangers. And glorious conditions really for this game today. Really is tremendous conditions. A lovely autumn day in Wellington today. Very little wind, if any, at all, and the pitch in excellent order. This Team Wellington now really need to go on all-out attack if they want to have any chance of making a game or making a run at the trophy. Oh, this could be the opening they're looking for as Harris. Very good defending, though, there from Berlanga. He did a great job to get rid of the ball there for Auckland City. Harris only needs an absolute minute opportunity, and he can put the ball in the back of the net. And he wasn't far away from getting that on that occasion as Stevens tries to provide for his teammates here for Team Wellington. Ryan De Vries now wins the ball for Auckland City. Oh, he's done a great job too here, De Vries. Starting the game from the bench, of course, coming on midway through, maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes gone in that first half when Joao Moriera shied off the game with an injury. Not a bad replacement to bring on, though, is it? Ryan De Vries, and they still have Micah Lealifa to use as well, if required. Great to see the sun out. It was rather cloudy and a bit gloomy earlier on today in Wellington, but really is a beautiful afternoon now for football. Bring down the curtain on what's been an enthralling New Zealand and Oceania season. Whoa, that was Daewoo Kim going for a bit of a dive there. Team Wellington surging forward, but they just can't get a break, can they? And there's Daewoo Kim sprawled on the ground again. He went for that acrobatic gymnastics type, like he jumped off a little mini tramp there. Trying to do a couple of tricks. Well, Jackson not doing too much wrong there. Daewoo Kim, the central defender. Kim, of course, the goal scorer up in Japan at the Club World Cup last year for Auckland City. They lost that game against Kashima Antlers 2-1. And he was the goal scorer for Auckland City in that game. Hasn't scored for his team since. Let's have a look here and see, just trying to juice out seriously injured he was there. Well, he did hit the ground hard, didn't he? It was awkward. It was an awkward fall. So Kim, the 29-year-old, former Korean Olympic player, taking a bit of time here. He might not be back, actually. It'll be interesting to see what Ramon Trevuljic does there. They do have Marko Dordovic on the bench. 33-year-old, very experienced player, Serbian-born player. But, I highly suspect that they'll probably want to get Kim back out there. Dordovic, a very steady player. Robertson plays it forward. Like he will pump it forward as much as he possibly can. That tactic will continue from Team Wellington as Gully comes forward now. Gully cleared away by Auckland City again. It was Mario Beelan that time who got rid of it for Auckland City. He hasn't had much time on the ball really in this game, Mario Beelan, and he's such a creative player. Very steadying hand in this Auckland team as he tries to win the ball again. It's gone over there from Harris. Auckland City continuing to play with 10 men while Kim just continues to get treated on the sideline here. Stevens tries to win the ball for Team Wellington. Shrives was substituted in the first half for Team Wellington as well. 2 substitutes in the first half. Stevens now surges onto it. Can he control it? Well, the foul is conceded by Auckland City. Stevens again showing how electric he can be when he's in the clear. Scored one of the most memorable goals of the domestic season. It was Hamilton Wanderers at Newtown Park before Christmas. That was a screamer from about 35, 40 yards. You can bang him in, Joel Stevens. Don't worry about that. Via plays it forward for Team Wellington. Robertson again, but that one's not on target at all. Via's going to get a second opportunity here. Garcia. Jackson's going to race over in this one. He's the expert at the long throw-in. See if he can haul this one in to a threatening position. There's Harris with the flick. Well, it was Bevan who just couldn't quite get a good crack at it. And in the end, it was rather easy for that man there, Zubakarai. But Jose Figueira, the coach of Team Wellington, will be fairly pleased with the start to the second half. These first 6 minutes, Team Wellington certainly the dominant team so far in this second half so far. Tom Jackson's offside. Have another look here and see how close Bevan got to having a good shot at it here. Lovely flick header. Well, he ended up losing balance, didn't he? There was a good flick header there by Harris. Shows how much he was missed at the start of last week's game. Also starting from the subs bench last week. Not quite fit enough to start the game. Such a key player for Team Wellington. Howison it was winning the ball. Now White. Loves to get forward, Darren White. And Lewis try and combine. White keeps the ball. White swings it in. And it was De Vries who was trying to get in front there of Robertson. But, well, once White started that run, it didn't look that promising, but it ended up being a pretty decent effort from him to create a half a chance there for De Vries. Subakarai generally very accurate with his goal kicks, and so it is again. He won a throw-in for his team there with that excellent pinpoint goal kick that time. Well, it's interesting. It's Iwata getting a yellow card there. Have a look here. Iwata there. Well, he just got tangled up, didn't he? And Harris. So it was Iwata there. Gets the yellow card. Second of the game. Barcia picked one up in the 26th minute. So Team Wellington really need to keep pressing. They just somehow have got to get the ball into the back of the net, and rather quickly too, if they want to have any chance of giving Auckland City the sweats, really. Start to make them a little anxious. At the moment, even though the score is 0-0, remember it's Auckland City 3-0 up on aggregate after that 3-0 win last weekend at Kiwitea Street. Joel Morieta got a couple of goals last week, remember, one from the penalty spot after 20 minutes. Got another goal in the 28th minute, and he tried to get his hat-trick in the second half from the penalty spot again, but that one was saved by Scott Barcelet. De Vries put the game beyond doubt near the end. Now Auckland City have the chance to swing forward here. It's Iwata. Touches it on there as Tade. Iwata's kept it in the field of play brilliantly there. Team Wellington rather just a little lackadaisical there. Dealing with that situation, but no harm done for them in the end as Stevens brings it to deck. Ian Howison having a good battle in midfield in this game. And Gully is the man who gives up the free kick there. Absolutely furious with that call is Justin Gully and Tom Jackson as well. Well, that was one of those 50-50 ones, wasn't it? On another day and another game, that could have been White conceding the free kick there. And Team Wellington really need those 50-50 calls to go their way, don't they? There'll be a throw in here for Auckland City. Another free kick being given. Yes, another free kick, and it's going to be Clayton Lewis. So Lewis it is here. Cleared away by Robertson. Stevens takes no chances. Harris up there trying to win it for Team Wellington. Now joined up front by Bevan. Fallen for Stevens. Jackson's up front there. Can he control it and create an opportunity here, Tom Jackson? Look at all the white jerseys there, though. Plenty of them back there for Auckland City. 8 of them, 9 of them, in fact. Gully. Gully gets rid of Belin. Good pace, Justin Gully. That is going to be a foul this time by Clayton Lewis, or is it Darren White who's going to concede the foul? And it doesn't look like the referee's going to muck around here as a card. And it's going to be to Darren White, number 9. He can walk as far away as he's like, but he ain't not going to get the card. So Darren White carded there. I think he had a feeling that one was coming. But it was a great move downfield again by Team Wellington. So now Villa. is the man here who's going to have to be accurate with his delivery. Robertson, Jackson forward, so is Andy Bevan, of course. Team Wellington really got to get at least a shot on target here. See Harris and Moretti at the far post. Jackson's hovering on the penalty spot. Team Wellington and all their fans here would dearly love to take the lead with this play. Well, Robertson's gone over. Again, he was the target. Now look here, Villa's delivery was pretty good, wasn't it? And in the end, Robertson just couldn't quite get it on target. Jackson. Now White has gone down this time, who so concern over Darren White here. But the physical nature of this game has been here from the start. These two are arch rivals and they've had good contests in recent years, no question about that. Darren White again this time is the player. Okay, keep your eye on the two number 9s here. We just got a little nudge in the back there from Tom Jackson. Half an hour to play. It's still 0-0 here at David Farrington Park. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here, live coverage of this fixture. Auckland leading 3-0 on aggregate. And as each second passes, getting that ever bit closer to winning their 7th Oceania Champions League title in a row. Lewis up there chasing the ball with Moretti, the Argentinian defender for Team Wellington. It's going to fall for Villa, and he's delivered it nicely over to Stevens here, who can run onto this one. Stevens tries to find Harris, I think, or Jackson over there. Robertson. Moretti again, and Team Wellington will build it from the back again with Justin Gully. Stevens again. Team Wellington would love, as you know, would love to find a way through, but they're finding it difficult. The Auckland City get players back in numbers when they need to. Well, let's play on. White looked like he might have given up a free kick here. Here's a chop opportunity for De Vries. Look out, Ryan De Vries. And it is Auckland City who take the lead. Auckland City. They didn't have one hand on the trophy. They've got one on there now. A away goal to Auckland City in this two-leg fixture. And Ryan De Vries, it came from nothing. It was just a clear break, and De Vries, as we've seen over several seasons now, doesn't miss opportunities like that. And that is a heartbreaking goal for Team Wellington. But it's Ryan De Vries who takes the goal and gives Auckland City the lead 1-0. Ryan De Vries' 6th goal of this campaign. And in all, his 10th of the season. He only scored 4 goals in the New Zealand Premiership for Auckland City this season. But De Vries has been in better goal-scoring touch in this Champions League this season, and Auckland City looking comfortable now. Remember, their aggregate score of 4-0 now. And this bitter rivalry these two teams have had over the past 3 years looks like it's going to Auckland City again. Here's Bevan slicing forward. dating back to 2007. Waitakere won in 2007 and 08. Auckland City in 2009. Hikari United from PNG in 2010. That's the only non-New Zealand team to have won the Champions League in the past 11 years. And of course the New Zealand team will be winning it this year for the 11th out of the last 12 years, and Auckland City just absolutely dominant through that period. So it's looking very likely, if it wasn't already, that Auckland City will be going to the FIFA Club World Cup yet again. Tade now into the penalty area. He comes. Tade creating havoc. Well, he just didn't have the support he was looking for at the near post. Basile not mucking around now. Team Wellington need not only one miracle, but several now. Garcia. It's going to be Auckland City ball right on the halfway line. So Tade, check out the silky skills of this man. He's just got all the footwork required. Just didn't quite time his pass there. Here was Auckland City again. Here's Tade again, creating problems for Team Wellington. Mario Belen, he'll have a crack, and he's not far away. Doesn't often score goals, Mario Belen. He was injured at the start of the season, missed several games. Hasn't scored this season, actually, for Auckland City. A rare attacking opportunity for him on that occasion. Here he is winning the ball in the air this time. Cam Howison. And Tade again. Ever since that goal, Auckland City have dominated possession too, and Team Wellington have been unable to get back really into Auckland City's half at all. Such a strong front-running team, Auckland City. They don't often get their leads overtaken or overhauled. They're always good enough to, as they get ahead, to close it out, generally speaking. Gully in possession for Team Wellington. Via. Here's Barcia. Margetts over on that right flank. Comes forward Josh Margetts here. This is Harris. Nicely in to Margetts, who continued his forward run, but was unable to control it. And back go Team Wellington. Moretti. He's enjoyed his debut season this year. Guillermo Moretti. This is Andy Bevan in his second season for Team Wellington. Here's Stevens. Stevens wins a free kick for his team. Good play from him. Stevens, 3 games for New Zealand, of course, or 2 in fact. Both friendlies in the 2014 season. Still only 22 years of age, Joel Stevens, number 15 there for Team Wellington. He scored 2 goals in this OCL campaign for Team Wellington, and this is an opportunity here to create something for his team. Team Wellington, remember, need 4 goals in these last 22 minutes. Via. Stevens it is with the free kick. Oh, it's a poor delivery. Be disappointed there. Tries to make up for it and create again for his team. Harris. Stevens continues his run. The referee's going back here to an incident with Harris in possession just before. So Team Wellington are going to get another free kick here. Well, the referee, Hawata of Tahiti, has certainly been earning his fee today. So Leo Villa again, Harris, Jackson, Robertson, the players in there again, alongside Barcia, number 11. Moretti up there too, number 4. Now, well, there's a lot of jostling going on. Good there, good refereeing here. He's taken both skippers aside here. So Leavia, got to deliver this one. Oh, it was well defended again by Auckland City. Kim getting that hit on that one. Kim doing a good job there. Remember earlier on in the game, he took a heavy fall. In fact, it was Berlanga who cleared that away. Jackson hauls it in again. That time it's Berlanga again. Stevens. It's fallen for Moretti here, but again, Auckland City good enough to clear it away and preserve their lead. 20 minutes to play here at Dave Farrington Park in Miramar and Wellington. It's Auckland City leading by 1-0. The goal scored by Ryan De Vries in the second half. And here come Auckland City on the break again. Here is the goal scorer, De Vries. Well, this time he couldn't quite provide for his teammates on that occasion. This is Darren White. Dispossessed by Bevan. Albert Riera. Well, Lewis chases this one. Hasn't seen much play in the second half, has Clayton Lewis. White again will try and win the ball for his team. And away come Team Wellington again. Andy Bevan on the ball here. Well, that's a tough one for Margets to chase there. And it's going to be Auckland City possession. Ryan De Vries, the goal scorer, in the 63rd minute. Just found himself in the clear and was good enough to finish off that opportunity. Auckland City leading 1-0 in this game and 4-0 on aggregate in this two-leg final against Team Wellington. Well, nicely won a midfield there by Villa for Team Wellington. Now Stevens again. White over there to keep the pressure on him as Joel Stevens uses his pace again. But again, the cross. Play on is the call as a player went down. Well, the referee blows his whistle now, and there's a yellow card in Harris. He's had enough of Ben Harris. And he's carded Ben Harris. Well, Harris is the player there who was carded. He was the player that went down, and the referee was having absolutely none of it. So Barcia and Harris now on yellow cards for Team Wellington. Iwata and White have picked up yellow cards in this game for Auckland City. 5th time, remember, these two teams have played. The way it's going at the moment, it's going to be 4-1 head-to-head this season for Auckland City. Play on is the call. Harris tries to find Bevan. No luck at all that time. And Howison comes away and shows good pace too. He's burned off Leo Villa there. Oh, Riera with a strong couple of challenges, and he's going to concede a free kick from the first of them. Well, Team Wellington need all-out attack now. Play on, and still no 50-50 balls being pumped in by, you know, Robertson and Fear. Just not falling for Team Wellington at the moment. They really haven't it all in this game. De Vries in possession, and Robertson. De Vries able to get ahead again, and Belen wins a free kick for his team. Cam Allison there, the man with his hands on his hips, just walking past the ball there. He'll be happy. He was a Team Wellington player at the start of the season. Robertson, all sorts of holding there, and in the end, he was the player who conceded the free kick there, Bill Robertson. De Vries. Here's Howison again. Tade's onside. Cleared away by Team Wellington. The threat is still there as Iwata tries to create something again, and De Vries again. Tade! Oh! That is how you finish it. That was superb from Emiliano Tade. What a season he's had. A tremendous goal from Emiliano Tade. This is one of these goals that's going to look superb on the replay. Barcelona, no chance. Emiliano Tade, his class on display at Auckland City, 2-0. Well, that's Tade's third goal of this OCL campaign. And in all, his 16th of the season. Picked up 13 goals in the New Zealand Premiership in 17 games. A great season. He's been Auckland City's leading goal scorer this season. Well, what a goal from Tade. Those are the ones that you remember. So 0-0 at halftime has been changed into a 2-0 scoreline now to the visiting team. They've just, well, Team Wellington were playing catch-up, to be fair, before the game even started, weren't they? 3-0 down after that first leg. You could argue, I think quite strongly, that you could probably say that this two-leg tie was done after the first leg last week. 3-0 is a pretty big scoreline to come back from. And as it's proved, Auckland City just too classy in this game today for Team Wellington. However, they still have opportunities, Team Wellington, to get on the score sheet here in these last 13 minutes.
Substitution for Team Wellington with number 11.
So another substitution is about to be made for Team Wellington, and Mario Barcia has worked away in that midfield position, and he's been substituted by Nico Kerwin. It's the son of Sir John Kerwin, one of the great All Blacks we've had in the 1980s. Nico Kerwin's had a pretty solid season for Team Wellington. He's played 18 games or 18 appearances for Team Wellington this season in the New Zealand Premiership, 7 starts. And he comes on for 6 appearances in this OCL campaign for Team Wellington. 4 of them as a substitute. Now Iwata on the ball here. Iwata desperately trying to keep it in the field of play, couldn't do so. Jackson with a quick throw-in. Everything needs to be quick now as Kerwin plays it forward. But Riera's done well, and White now in a bit of space. Belen to Howison. Lewis. Barcelona doesn't muck around again with 12 minutes to play. Really is about saving face now. Remember, Auckland City leading 5-0 on aggregate. It's decisive, no doubt about it, is Bevan. Bill Robertson plays it forward, and now Zubakarai has not been employed much in the second half. Gets his hands on it. Yeah, so it's really interesting, isn't it? The Team Wellington in the past 2 years, in the 2 games they've beaten Auckland City, both been in the grand final of the New Zealand Premiership. Auckland City in last year's, the 2015-16 season, only lost 1 game all season, and that was in the grand final to Team Wellington in extra time. And then Team Wellington repeated the win last month at North Harbour Stadium. But other than that, it's been all Auckland City. Here's Jackson. That's straight to Zubakarai again. Make mistakes like basic mistakes like dropping the ball in those situations. 10 minutes to play here at Dave Farrington Park. Tade earns another free kick for his team. So Emiliano Tade here. What a terrific goal that was in the 75th minute, just 5 minutes ago. Doubling Auckland City's lead with that magnificent strike. Now here comes Darren White. He'll enjoy pushing forward a bit more now, perhaps, over these last 10 minutes. Well, it was Clayton Lewis with the shot. Quite time it as he was looking for. It has been deflected out for a corner. Come off a Team Wellington boot, so another opportunity here for Auckland City. And it's going to be Tade to wander over to take it. Still alive. It was White. Riera. Well, he's gone well wide. Team Wellington push forward again. Even though they're going to come up short in this Oceania Champions League final, it had been a pretty good season under new coach Jose Figueira for 16-17. Of course, they're the New Zealand champions, into the final again of the Oceania Champions League. Via. Oh, Zubakarai maybe just off his line a tad, but in the end he adjusted nicely. It's Auckland City, their last 2 wins in the Oceania Champions League have been against Team Wellington in the final. 3 years in a row, these 2 teams have met in the final. And, of course, these will be New Zealand's representatives again next year, too. Beelan gives the ball away. He hasn't got the ball at his feet too much in this game, Mario Beelan. Sometimes, some games earlier on in the year, he was a man just marshalling his team around beautifully. That's the strength of Auckland City and the depth they have. They don't rely on someone like Mario Beelan every game they play. Gully plays it forward. See if Team Wellington can grab something out of this game as Jackson flicks it on. He just tried to put that down into the feet of Kerwin, but again, Zubakarai, good goalkeeping from him. Zubakarai would have enjoyed his first year in New Zealand. 19 games in the Premiership for this team, 6-7 in this OCL campaign. The former Real Sociedad goalkeeper.
Daewoo Kim going off, and number 23 Marko Dordovic coming on.
Well, that's going to be Marko Dordovic who's going to come on. Serbian-born player. And Daewoo Kim is the player who's coming off. Solid performance from him again at the back for Daewoo Kim. And Marko Dordovic, the 33-year-old, comes on for his 5th game in this OCL campaign out of 7. Just the 3 players in this Auckland City team have played all 6 games, or 7 games now, and they are Bilen and Zubakarai and the captain Ankal Balila, rather Balanga. Kerwin. Here goes Stevens in a bit of space. White happy to give him the sideline this time. An early ball into Stevens, far post. Well, not a bad effort there from Team Wellington as they spread the ball beautifully there. But Harris it was. Just couldn't quite get that header on target. Beautiful delivery from Stevens. Nicely timed run. And look who's in front of goal unmarked. It's Tom Jackson. But Harris just couldn't get the ball to him. Howison. Well, that was a poorly placed pass that time. Accuracy vanishing off his left foot that time. So 4 minutes to play, a bit out of time as well, no doubt, as Howison comes forward again. 0-0 it was at half-time, and goals in the second half to De Vries and to Tade. Have Auckland City with a comfortable 5-0 aggregate lead as Lewis and De Vries combine beautifully again. Riera. So much depth in this Auckland City team. To think that they haven't even used Michaelia Alafa in this game. The Solomon Island international player.
Making their final substitution with number 20, Emilio Tade leaving the field.
Another player about to come on for Auckland City. This is Fabrizio Tavano. And Clayton Lewis. In fact, it's Tade who's coming off. One of the goal scorers. And on comes Fabrizio Tavano for his 6th appearance in this campaign. Started 4 games, last 2 off the bench. 2 in the final, but he'd started all 4 previous games for Auckland City for the 2-leg final. Harris delivers nicely, and it's flicked on by Dordovic. No black shirt, though, there, just when there needed to be. And Auckland City survive again. Well, another substitute for Team Wellington. Andy Bevan's going to take a seat to end this game. And Sam Blackburn comes on, the 27-year-old. Wellington Olympic player. Had a very good season in the Central League last year to get a spot in the Team Wellington lineup again this season. Long time between drinks for him. He debuted back in the 07-08 season. Made the grand final that year as well. Now he has a chance for Team Wellington. Kerwin just couldn't quite get it on to his left foot with any power at all. So it's going to be a throw-in for Team Wellington with 2 minutes to play. So Auckland City just a hair's breadth away now from another OCL title. And all the way back for a free kick here. Referee Hauata still not happy with where that was taken from. Here come Team Wellington again. Kerwin winning the ball. Dordovic was clearing it away. Moretti it was trying to unload from long range, but nothing. They've had no luck at all. No 50-50 opportunities at all, really, Team Wellington in this game. One of those games where it was going to have to be an occasion where Auckland City needed to be off their game just a tad, and Team Wellington needed to be better than they'd ever been. And they needed 50-50 opportunities to fall their way, and of course, as it's transpired, it has not panned out like that. So coming up to the 90-minute mark now here at David Farrington Park in Miramar. And there's going to be 3 minutes of added time. Auckland City 3 minutes away now from lifting the trophy for the 7th straight year, the Oceania Champions League title. Beelan comes forward, Mario Beelan. It's a throw-in. The candles are on the cake now and they're lit. All they need to be is blown out now, and Auckland City are just 2.5 minutes away. Play on, no, the referee has blown his whistle, so it's going to be an opportunity for Team Wellington again. Scott Basale's had a great season for Team Wellington. Certainly one of New Zealand's most promising keepers, the 23-year-old. Kerwin tries to hoist it over there to Margetts, who's come forward. In fact, it was Blackburn. This is Blackburn still in possession. The flick from Kerwin, but it's straight at Zubakarai. Again, Zubakarai just a good keeper, this lad as well. He just gets himself into the right spot. And again, you see he's created a great opportunity there, and he's congratulated by Ryan de Vries. A great goal kick again, or clearance downfield, and Gully, all he could do was hand it over again by getting rid of the ball out over the sideline, and now White. And you can see Auckland City in absolutely no hurry with just a minute left on this clock. Well, the 5th time they've done battle, these two teams this season, and it's going to end 4-1 in Auckland City's favour. 4 wins to them and 1 win to Team Wellington. Off Albert Riera. Maybe one last chance here for Team Wellington in this last minute. Forward they come, Team Wellington. Robertson with the throw-in. Devano's chasing it forward here for Auckland City, number 11. He got a few minutes on the field. Riera's had a solid game for Auckland City. Stevens now for Team Wellington. In the last few seconds now. Justin Gully. Harris onto the left. Well, all eyes on him now, the referee. Norbert Hawata of Tahiti. We're in his time now. There's Harris. Hauls it in, tries to find Robertson, but no good again. Ryan de Vries clears it away. And there it is. Auckland City are the club champions of Oceania for the 7th year in a row. They're off to the FIFA Club World Cup yet again. And they have completed yet a Another dominant season. 3-0 in the first leg, and they've taken the spoils here at David Farrington Park here in Miramar, Wellington today in the second leg by 2-0. It was 0-0 at half-time, but in the second half, Ryan De Vries, who came on as a substitute in the first half, got the goal scoring underway in the 63rd minute. And then Emiliano Tade, the striker who's had such a good season, well, he finished off a memorable opportunity in the 75th minute to complete the scoring. So Auckland City, 7 wins in a row. That is some record, isn't it, in the Oceania Champions League. And they will represent the region again at the FIFA Club World Cup.
If you want to commiserate or celebrate, your team success or fail.
Well, not too far away from the presentations. Mario Belen toiled away well. There's Daewoo Kim, the end of the game, substituted out with that leg injury. It's some pretty decent performances in that Auckland City team today. Just a good, solid all-round performance, no question. And they certainly played like a team that was 3-0 in front after the first leg. They ended up winning, of course, 5-0 on aggregate. And Team Wellington, they certainly didn't lack for effort or for film and figure. They just didn't create enough opportunities in this game today for them to close out or somehow haul back that 3-0 deficit that they carried over into this game. Well, many of those players have been to multiple FIFA Club World Cups and they're off again at the end of the year. Good to see, too, a good haul of Auckland City fans have come down from the Queen City for this game today. And it's now celebration time. There are a few Auckland City fans here. Alfie Rogers didn't get on the field today, but he certainly was a big part of this team in the New Zealand Premiership. Albert Riera, mention of him there, number 8, of course, the former Phoenix player, back at Auckland City for a stint this season. Ramon Trevulic, the coach, the long-standing coach, in there as well. Well, this is redemption for him a little bit after the disappointment for not winning the New Zealand Premiership again. There's no question about that. When, of course, Team Wellington proved too good on the day about a month ago up at North Harbour Stadium, winning that game by 2-1. Great scenes here for Auckland City. It is party time. Clayton Lewis, Albert Riera. Certainly. And again, João Moriera there, injured in the first half. He's in there. He played his part in earlier matches, didn't he? He dropped off the goal-scoring touches earlier on in the New Zealand season, but he came out strong in the tail of the season, João Moriera, to finish with a good goal-scoring action. 6 games and 6 goals. Not a bad effort for João Moriera. All right, let's get some reaction now for you, folks. And let's hear now from Jose Figueira, the Team Wellington coach.
Jose, unfortunately, couldn't quite get there in the end, but it was a good match for your side, and it's been a great campaign.
Yeah, it has. And look, you know, today was it's always going to be a difficult task, and you know, I was happy with the way we set our stalls out in the first half. And you know, if we'd taken a couple of those half chances early on, it could have been a different game. But you know, credit to Auckland, they're a top side, and you know, if you're asleep for any moment, they pounce, and you know, they did that today on pouncing on a mistake for the first goal, and obviously not much you can do with a spectacular second. So look, proud of the boys, proud of the team, and you know, I think we've shown enough this year that we're, you know, moving in the right direction and certainly closing the gap.
Have you enjoyed the competition this year?
Yeah, it has. It's been fantastic. I think the home and away semi and the final, you know, brings a new twist and element to it, and you know, the fact we've been able to travel and, you know, go to a new place and, you know, and enjoy the, you know, the islands, you know, makes this competition really special.
Thanks, Jose.
Yes, thank you. Thanks. All good.
Well, Jose Figueira there, the Team Wellington coach, but he should be happy with an excellent season that he's had. I mean, he got this team to the final again for the third straight years, first time coaching the team, and of course, he won the National New Zealand Premiership this season. A pretty good effort from the former Auckland City youth coach, who came down to coach the Team Wellington team this year. All right, let's get some Auckland City reaction now. The victorious team, of course. Let's go down and hear from Ramon Trevuliec, the coach.
There you go. Ramon, congratulations. 7th in a row. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great feeling. You know, we've worked really hard all season for something like this. And when it happens, obviously, it's fantastic, you know, so we're very happy, yeah.
What did you think of the performance today? Were you happy with how they went out there?
Yeah, well, what do you think? You know, I think a 2-0 win, we knew it was going to be physical and they were going to throw everything, which is understandable. It's a big final, you know, the price behind this is unbelievable. So we expected something like that, but I think the boys held really strong in those set pieces and those long balls that they kept sort of insisting, you know. We defended those situations very well, and sooner or later we materialised those counter-attacks and one goal, and I think after that was it, you know, so very happy with that performance, yeah, of course.
Without a doubt, Auckland City is the most successful club side in Oceania. What does it feel like to be part of that team and part of that record?
Well, it's great, you know, because it's not a one-off or something like that, you know, or it's not a lucky thing. You can see that there's a lot of working behind this, you know, that I lead, but there's a lot of people out there, you know, they've been working really hard, the assistants, you know, even the stuff, you know, behind the doors that not many people recognise, like Arthur Egan has been with us for a long time. You know, all these people add on a little bit, and the effort in behind that is massive to consecutively do it 7 times, you know, so I'm really proud of them, and I think the club is very proud of everyone here, and look, just got to celebrate now, yeah, of course.
Any early thoughts on the Club World Cup?
Oh, that's too early, you know, so at the moment to celebrate this, you know, enjoy the day. It's been great.
Thanks, Ramon.
No worries, thank you. Cheers.
There we are, Ramon Trevuliec, who of course has been at the heart of this team, marshalling this team to this wonderful record, 7 straight titles. Well, stay with us, folks. We'll have much more for you right after this. Well, welcome back to David Farrington Park here. We're not too far away from the presentation for the Oceania Champions Football League for 2017. An entertaining fixture seen Auckland City win this one today by 2-0 and win the overall tie by 5-0 on aggregate. They'll be having their hands on that very shortly for the 7th year in a row. Auckland City been superb. Well, it was 0-0 at half-time, and it was a fairly even start of the second half until we got that goal. Team Wellington actually got off to a pretty good start, creating several half chances again in that second half. They certainly had a domination in territory, but again, they couldn't really get any meaningful chances. None really on target. We saw Ben Harris haul that one over the top. Bevan got close there. Just lost his footing. In the end, made it easy for Zubakarai. That was Bill Robertson over the top again from a free kick. And then this one came from nothing. Ryan de Vries all of a sudden found himself in the clear. And as we've seen over the years, he's putting those chances away at ease. And Emiliano Tade started to come strong into the game as well. Check out how he created this one. No one there in the centre, though. He didn't hook it back far enough into his teammate's player. Or a teammate to get a shot on target. Beelen got a chance here, but again went wide. Team Wellington again had opportunities, but again they couldn't really get it sorted. But then it was Tade with that dish off from de Vries and the finish from Tade. That was superb. One of the best goals you'll see this season. Emiliano Tade and he certainly enjoyed himself as Auckland City eased out to a 2-0 lead. From there, it was really Team Wellington who just had to throw everything at Auckland City. They never really got any chances as this accomplished, and very good Auckland City team that closed out what in the end was a fairly comfortable victory. That was probably the best chance, but Harris couldn't find his teammate, Tom Jackson. And in the end, that was how it finished. 2-0 with De Vries and Tade getting the 2 goals. Right, 2-0, the final score, 5-0. Just been told that João Morieta is the golden boot of this campaign. He finished with 6 goals. We're standing by for the presentation. Morieta will get his award shortly. Lots of awards to be handed out shortly.
The fair play team of the OFC Champions League 2017, and that award goes to Auckland City.
Eddie King there, local MP.
Come up and please collect that award.
All right, I think the presentation is not far away from starting, folks. Medals to be handed out, the trophy to be handed out. And here's Angel Berlanga. He has the Fair Play Award.
There's several other awards today, and the first one of those is the Golden Boot for the OFC
Auckland City
Champions
fans
League
certainly been
2017,
rewarded with their
that goes to J.O. Pereira
decision to
Auckland
come
City.
down and attend this match today.
He's not here at present. Oh no, he's back.
Here is Morieta. Great start to the year in the New Zealand Premiership, but then went a bit quiet mid-season, but came home with a wet sail. 6 goals in 6 games during the Oceania Champions League campaign.
The next award is the Golden Glove for the goalkeeper, and that goes to Ino Zubakarai of Auckland City.
Well, no question that Zubakarai should get an award this campaign. He's been fabulous for Auckland City. Great pickup all the way through the season, this fellow, the 33-year-old from Spain. Ramon Trebulic and his Spanish connections have got a very good player here. And he's been terrific for Auckland City right the way through the season. And in the end, he played 26 games for Auckland City this season. Inot Zubakarai. Games for Real Sociedad between 2008 and 15.
Goes
this man.
to Auckland captain Angel Berlanga of Auckland City.
Captain Angel Berlanga gets up the Golden Ball Award, a second award of the campaign. Played over 100 games for Auckland City. He's been at this club for 2000 or since 2010.
Now, no competition
so
and
here.
matches are possible without match officials.
He's won the
and
Oceania
OFC
Champions
would
League
like
for
to present commemorative medals
six
to the
times
referees
now.
of today's
7
match.
years that Auckland City
Firstly,
won.
referee Norbe Kawata. Then his assistant referees Felipe Ravel
Here come
and
the match
Bertrand
officials to be
Brial.
acknowledged.
And the fourth
Now,
official,
Norbert
Kadir
Hawata from Tahiti. Did a
Zatuni.
good job in this game today. Assisted by Philippe Raval of Tahiti and Bertrand Brial of New Caledonia, who were the assistants, and the fourth official in this game today, Kadir Zatuni of Tahiti. Good day for the officials.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to acknowledge the teams. And firstly, put your hands together for the runners-up, Team Wellington.
Well, Team Wellington, runners-up for the third year in a row. Captained by Bill Robertson. Well, they've had some success over Auckland City in the New Zealand Premiership the last 2 years, but it's got to take that next step, don't they? Joel Stevens toiled away bravely in this game. Number 15, Andy Bevan. All these players really displaying some good heart and courage today. They certainly didn't lack for effort. Tom Jackson didn't really get many opportunities. Mario Barcia. Josh Margette's made his way into the team towards the latter part of the season. Justin Gully there, the former Wellington Phoenix player. There he is, getting his medal. White left back pretty well. Via. Certainly had their opportunities, but chasing a two-leg tie is not an easy thing to do, especially when you concede the first by 3-0. Jose Figueira, the coach. Well, he's taken his opportunity. Had a pretty good season in his first year in control of this team. So Team Wellington, the runners-up, the third straight year.
Now to the winners of the OFC Champions League 2017, who will represent Oceania at the FIFA Club World Cup United Arab Emirates 2017, which of course is Auckland City. Congratulations.
Auckland City winning the Oceania
OFC
Championship for the
Executive
7th
Committee
year in a
member
row.
and New Zealand Football President, Mr. Derek Shaw, will present the trophy.
They also won it in 2009, so 8 of the last 9 years or seasons the trophy's been theirs. Their run interrupted by Hikari United of Papua New Guinea in 2010. They also won it back in 2006, and a special mention of their captain, Ainkel Belanga. He's today won his 6th Oceania Champions League title. Many other multiple Oceania Champions Leagues winner. Iwata his 5th. Mario Beelan won several as well. He's won his 5th as well. Darren White is 5th as well. Clayton Lewis, one of the younger players there, number 14. Made his way into the New Zealand All Whites team, of course. He's played 8 games now. And Ryan DeVries came off the bench, scored the goal that counted to get the Auckland City team moving today. Now Ramon Treviliec in the jacket there. He has been the coach of this team all 7 times that have won this title in the last 7 years. Terrific effort, really. Well, all the winners got their medals.
And now, Mr. Derek Shaw will present the trophy to Auckland City captain, Angel Belanga.
There is Angel Belanga. They needed to save 1 medal for the captain. He's been used to wearing that. And here is the moment that Angel Belanga and his team have been waiting for. Champions of Oceania for the 7th time in a row. Well, there it is, folks. Auckland City, the champions yet again of Oceania. What a record they're fashioning together. 7 titles in a row. And they'll be off to the FIFA World or Club World Cup at the end of this year in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East.
And you're welcome in the club rooms.